set?
Good.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Public business to review and approve June 29th, 2021 minutes. We have a chance to go over these?
Yes,
Okay.
I move that the minutes be accepted as printed. I'll second it.
All in favor? It is.
Just one? Yep. I've done the payroll one, I haven't looked at the other. Yep. I move that we accept the warrants.
One second. They were, that's in the right thing.
Southern Maine Agency on Aging is requesting release of $3,750 from the town of Bridgeton. You might want to check that.
Yeah.
It's a $10 repair right here. $159.
That's one down. On one of them. What truck is it? One, I think. 5.
E5.
It had to be one. There's more coming.
Yeah, well, I call that. That don't shake me up too bad. It's $2,900 for signs for the fire. Is that part of the grant?
That's a safety grant, which we will be reimbursed 50% of that.
Good.
I
Just
it's the typo.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. I mean, the one, right. That's right.
monthly bill. Oops, I forget to close the computer over here. Take those 2,000 down, you take two, I'll take two.
Just to note on this one was received in the mail, it was not labeled. Debbie opened it because it is not labeled, it does not say that it's the property bid. So we taped it right back up, but I don't know if we wanna do it up.
We're gonna open up and see what it is first.
But just, it was opened and taped, and we put the sticker on it and dated it.
Well, you can tell it's humid or nothing else to cut.
Yeah. Like this one, it's already down payment already. I can see expected to win.
Danielle, you need to have the, copy of the instructions.
Yep.
Which one is Rich? 14 Sand Pond?
Yeah, the others are in map 12, lot 15 and 16.
Is that okay? Do you want to roll it up?
No.
Okay. You read that okay?
Okay.
Yep.
Close it. Alrighty, so this is for map 14, lot 33A. I got a bid here for 5,000 even, and this one is for $6,750.
got one for $5,500, another one for $11,775.
Can you guys say who got what? For the record?
From Thomas Gary,
Which one is that, Jim?
the 5,000.
Thomas Gary is 5,000?
Yeah,
Okay.
and this one's Kevin Baroni, B-A-R-N-R-O-N-I,
Which one?
the $6,750.
Okay.
The one for $5,500 is Corey Foster. And the $11,775 is Jamie Ford.
Thank you.
So we've got a high bidder. Does the high bidder meet the instructions? We have the proper,
Let's get an envelope in here and get a check for $1,178.
that's 10%.
Yeah.
Believe he's a high bidder. I believe that we award it to him.
What do you got over there?
I've got a different, I've got map 12,
Oh, we got map 12, okay,
lots 15 and 15A.
okay. I second it. All in favor?
You, Jamie?
No, that's my wife. I was hoping we'd get outbid, but.
So, to complete the transaction, we have to get the form out, and then what's it say?
It was 9 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's yours.
You're all set with me then? Good. Thank you. Have a nice night.
So I have, two bids, one for lot 12-15, and one for map 12, lot 15, and one for map 12, lot 15A. And, neither one meets the minimum bid requirements. This is an offer for $9,000 on the property of map 12, lot 15, of 43 acres. And the other one is, a bid of $3,000 on the property identified as map 12, lot 15A, being 15 acres. So, it's the minimum bid, and, based on that, that's the award today. I guess we can discuss what we want to do now or later, but, if you want to rebid it.
We should.
What's your minimum bid now, or do you want to, bid it differently, or,
Change the minimum bid, or just keep it the same and re-advertise it, or?
well, you can get a whole lot more, interest, but it's, I think you've probably seen what the level of interest is, right?
Yeah.
Can I butt in for a minute? It says to consult a lawyer, it's advised to consult a lawyer on this particular piece of property or these town tax class properties. Did you guys consult a lawyer and ask questions about that? I mean, I'm not, like, but did you consult and, like, explain no right-of-way, 14 years involved, quit claim deed?
We know all that.
Huh?
We know
Yeah, I
all
know
that.
you guys know all that, but I mean, like, kind of roughly figure out what property like that is sort of worth. I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to have anybody give you a number on that.
Yeah.
it is hard, I realize that, but I didn't know if you guys, like, question that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not,
We've had a number as high as $2,000 an acre. We had, real estate agents tell us to, sell it at what it's assessed for, which is considerably higher than
Yeah,
2,000, and so it's, this was a number that was a consensus among the board several
Right.
weeks ago. And-
well, yeah, I understand that. I'm not, like, balking anybody at all. I was just asking if you guys consulted and talked to a lawyer about it, and I'm the one that actually took Paul Howe up there and showed him because there's no access to it.
Yeah, right.
And I know what he said about the numbers, you know, $500 to $1,000 an acre if it had a right of way, if it didn't have 14 acres and come in with a quick claim deed, and possibly even if it was within a few telephone pole lengths of some power,
Yeah.
you know, so, and it's about a mile from there.
You got more from him than we did.
Yeah.
But I was the only one that, well, I weren't the only, I shouldn't say I was the only one that could take him up there, but I offered to, I just, to be beat, you know, but
No.
I realized that my bid was way below, I know that, but I just figured that at the
Well,
price it was, I didn't think it was
It's like
bid
what they're
on.
willing to pay, I guess, and, we're gonna have to take that into account and decide how we wanna rebid it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have it, yeah, I'd like to have the piece of property, I own a piece that's on the other side, that's non-contiguous to mine, that I really have no access to it without permission from another landowner to get through,
Yeah.
which is fine, you know, but I just didn't know, I just figured I'd ask the question.
Yeah, we'll discuss it again, and, don't give up, when they,
You might get another chance.
yeah.
Like I said, a lot of baggage comes along with it, honestly, I almost didn't even do what I did, I almost just wiped away from it, because
Sounds like there is a lot of baggage with it.
there is a lot of baggage. What if one of those heirs comes along and says, I want that back? I
Right.
really honestly, from the lawyer, I didn't get a clear answer from him because, well, you know, when you ask a lawyer questions, I asked about quick claim deeds, I'm like, how much security it comes with my quick claim deed? And he's like, well, there's this quick claim deed and this one and this one. He gave me 3, but he had to explain them all, and by the time he got done explaining the third one, I can't tell you what any of them meant. Honestly, and I tried to do some of my own research, but what I gathered out of it is there's not a lot of guarantee with a quick claim deed.
Right.
What it means when you get it from the town of Baldwin is, we no longer have a legal interest in it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
right now, our legal interest in it is that it has been foreclosed for lack of taxes.
I understand what you're saying. My question to him on the quick claim deed was, how secure is my money?
Right, yeah.
That's what, I know what you guys are selling. You guys aren't actually selling the property. You're selling your interest in the property, which is a tax lien. And that's what a quick claim deed means. And
that's what it used to be. But now, property values have increased so much that sometimes the property is worth more than what the back taxes and stuff are.
well, possibly, yes. Depending on how many years go by.
This has been on the books since the 50s.
Exactly, that's what I told Danielle a while ago, I'm like, there could be more back taxes owed on that than that land is even worth, you know?
Could be.
So, anyway, what I did gather out of him, your money's not really secure with a quick claim deed, so you're not willing to.
But there's a lot of property that is, transferred via quick claim deeds, and, I say, you did what you should do, which is use caution when you buy property.
Right.
And, but we'll talk about it amongst ourselves probably at the next workshop
Yeah,
sometime, and decide how we wanna proceed with the bid. And our interest is to, get as much for the town as we can, you know,
Which is
without throwing it away, so.
Right.
so we can come back and accept your bid later on, we don't have to, accept it tonight, so it's.
Now, when you mean accept it later on, is it we rebid again and other people have a chance to bid, or you?
No, we can, go back to his bid, can't we?
I don't think so,
No?
my opinion, but I don't know, Blake.
I think it might be rebid.
I think you need to rebid it.
So, yeah, if you guys choose to put it back out to bid, I should
We'll
have the right
new
to
conditions.
rebid,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so.
And so, I mean, other people didn't bid because of the conditions, I'm sure.
Yeah, so to any person in the town, or not even in town, let's just say any person other than an abutter, how could they access that property with no right of way? So isn't it only of interest to the abutters? Really?
I don't know. Somebody owned it at one time, but that's right. There's a lot of
Not
property-
true. Cause who knows what's happened in the past and what's been bought up and, cause actually one deed of mine mentions the same guy that's on one of those deeds for that particular piece of property, and could be, you know, maybe he owned up to the Anderson Road at one time.
There's an abutter in Hiram.
Yes, exactly, yes. So they, oh no, that's what I'm saying, access to people. You know, any abutter, I don't care if it's a different town or not. I'm just saying, isn't it pretty much only accessible by an abutter at this point, unless an abutter wanted to sell a right away?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
If somebody from outside of town knowing about it could bid on it, and
If there was a right.
they'd have to work it out with an abutter.
Right, yeah. So, but anyway, I thought I'd throw a shot at it and see what I can do. I paid my taxes on it, you guys can start collecting money. So,
That's how I feel about it too, yeah.
but that's you guys' choice.
Unfortunately, if you did buy it, we would tax you at the assessed value, not what you paid for it.
Oh, and I understand that, I know that. That's how it works with everything, right? It doesn't matter if I get 15,000 or 150,000 in my house, it gets taxed on what it's valued at. Yeah.
I'll give you a quick claim deed to it.
Well, that was,
That's what a quick claim deed is worth. I'll give you one to that land if you want. I'll quit all my claims to that land.
that's all it does.
Yeah.
So that's all that it does, and that's, you know, it could come with liens, or you never know.
That's how a good portion of the state was settled, you know?
Yeah.
People would go into the woods, cut down a lot and build a little log cabin, and the first person that came by, they would sell it to them with a quitclaim deed.
Right.
And move further into the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one thing I did read, do a little research on quitclaim deeds, was like, it's typically transferred like this to a town because they don't have all the contacts to be able to clear the title.
Right.
Or between somebody to make it quick action, between people that you know. The safest one is between people that you know.
Yeah.
Like, the old style handshake, I don't have any liens on it, let's get this done and over with tomorrow.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for a closing, you know, with a title search.
Well, I guess you know that we did do quite a bit of research,
Yes, you did, yeah.
and you have that information.
Bits and pieces, there's heirs involved, it's,
Yeah.
obviously, I knew what was coming with a quick claim deed before I even.
Bunches of them, and then, you know, to chase all those down and to get those to agree to.
Exactly,
stuff.
and that's,
Drawn out process.
talking to the attorney was like, you gotta plan on spending this much for this, you know, probably plan on at least this much for the heirs, to sign their name, to get your title cleared up and all that, so. Or you could just sit on it for 124 years and pay taxes and
Hope for the best.
Grow the
hope for
trees,
the best that nobody comes along to take it.
cut trees, whatever you're gonna do with that.
Yeah, 'cause all, like, the solar thing that's going on up there can't be a solar panel on it, so you couldn't make any money off it that way if you wanted to, because there's no clear title, and they will not put any of their panels on. 'Cause the guy actually asked me at one point when he was up there walking around, he said, who owns this? And I told him it was unknown owner, and it's supposed to come out to bid, and he said, oh, well, maybe you can buy it, and I said, it's coming with a quitclaim deed, unclear title. And unless you can clear the title up, you know, if we can clear the title up. She goes, oh yeah, we can't do anything on it without clear title, because they're putting their product on, it'd be like building a house on,
Yeah.
you know, title, you know, unclear title. So anyway, that's all I know about it, but
Thank you.
did my best.
Well, don't give up. We'll ask you over again, 'cause we do wanna get rid of it.
Yeah.
We don't wanna hang on to it.
Well, honestly, all I care to have it for is to hunt on it and have backup, you know, for little, kind of little wood if I had to or something, you had a chance to thin it out. I mean, it does have a bunch of pulpwood on it, stuff, which is, we're getting rid of that really well, aren't we, Joe?
Yeah.
So,
Oak, pulpwood.
there's a little bit of hardwood pulp, that's
Yeah,
what it all
yeah,
is.
exactly.
But anyway, you guys want me to take my stuff with me, or you wanna hash it over and think about it?
Yeah.
And get-
You can take your stuff back if you want, we're, not gonna cash a check, so,
That's fine,
we can't. Currently.
Yeah.
So the last two envelopes.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it is, envelope.
Oh, so I'm all done here then. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Review fuel bids. This one's for diesel.
For the vote on,
Yeah, that's what both from seeing on now.
yeah, it's pretty much a no-brainer, so.
Yeah. And we got number 2, oil, 9,500 gallons, fixed price would be at 2.349 and 30. And we got ULSD 7,000 gallons, fixed price for 2.399 and 330.
These are both the same.
Yep.
Just the same as maturity.
Yeah, probably,
So I make a motion we awarded the contract, according to what that bid is.
yeah. Yeah, I'll show it.
We could even pay him himself.
Right.
Last year, we had a couple other people do it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad price, though, considering what we oil and diesel are right now. Same thing, I think.
Yeah.
For the alcohol, sell for diesel, $230.99.
Okay. So, do I hear a motion to accept these bids?
Move we accept the bids.
Yeah, second it.
All in favor? Review and sign 2 growth application and supplements. This is the supplement, okay, Mr. Pierce. haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. That's the way this whole thing's been with these solar people.
Really?
Yeah.
They keep things tied right up.
They do their stuff with my land, and, you know, maybe I know about that.
Really? You wanna take a look at it?
I would love to, actually.
There's a bunch of background information
Does that
on
involve
all
long
of that,
roads?
if you
Does
want to
that
look at
trigger
that.
involve long roads?
Okay.
This is all the background
I've been
info for
coordinating
some of
between
those.
St. Thompson and a couple of long road people that get move on it and get it done. Okay.
I'm just looking for the number. I just wondered how much they paid.
I think it's 59 acres.
Yeah, there's some numbers.
Interesting. Okay, thank you very much.
Sounds that.
Yeah, no, I did sign a letter requesting that.
Oh, okay.
And in requesting it, I asked them to send me a copy and to send Long Road a copy,
Yeah.
and nobody sent me the copy.
Oh,
I just, you know, process, I should have that in my files.
you should, yeah,
That's what I thought.
yeah, if you got land.
Because 20 or 40 years from now or something, I may want to put it back into tree growth, and it would be nice to have the record of exactly what it was we took out,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible going forward, if I could have a copy from you. You guys,
Yeah, you can make a copy of that.
Yeah, yeah,
thank you.
all right.
I hope I'm around 40 years from now to put it back into tree growth. I have my doubts.
Balance a little bit.
It's not bad, actually, you know, from the point of view of taking it out of tree growth.
No.
That's not a lot of money.
But it's,
People make it sound like it's horrible, maybe when you take it out right away, like 4 or 5 years after you put it in, it's horrible, but that stuff's been in tree growth
Oh, yeah,
ever.
yeah. All right, two supplements here. These are doing Perroti? discuss water problem damage in the community center. Where that's addressed, down this,
The fifth and sixth grade room.
oh, really?
Yeah, we had some water come through the wall. Today, I was up here today and I was talking to Randy, one thing Randy found, you and I didn't see, the water has been trapped between the stall window and the sill. So he's got that open now so the water can run out.
Oh.
So that's gonna help a little, but I agree with you, I think it should be recaulked.
Yeah.
But the carpet is all pretty much dried out now and stuff. Did a pretty good job with that. He had an extractor he used. I used the, wet dry bag, and that got a lot of it stuff, that extractor even got more. So it's
What's happening, Jim, is apparently the wind blew or something, the water coming off the roof right against the window.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the upper windows are wood frame and not painted at this point. And the lower windows are vinyl frame, but the metal wrap that was put on a couple years ago
Yeah.
was caulked, it looked like a latex caulk, and it's all come apart.
Yeah.
And what I told Dwight was if I get time the next day or two, if it's dry enough, I'll go down and put some silicone coating all around that whole thing.
Okay.
I think it'll help a lot of that. But we do need to do something about the windows, and not on just that side, but the other side too. If you take around, this, I guess the easiest thing you could do would be to put some paint on it, but I think that's probably a short-term fix.
You just put a Band-Aid on it for now.
Yeah.
You think the long term will that be replaced, the whole windows?
I don't know. It's gonna cost some money.
Yeah. Sounds like
That'll be reglazed too.
probably do that at the same time, this end down here is a mess too, so.
It was identified when we bought the building that those window walls were a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
And, we didn't attack it right away, but.
They probably got forgotten too.
Well, you know, I mean, you guys did wrap that part down there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of wrap down around the building that looked to me like.
Gary had somebody do that.
Yeah. So it's, there's some work done, but
Yeah.
there's still a lot that needs to be done.
Okay. Maybe if we should get somebody to look at it before next town meeting, give us an estimate of the whole thing and see what. Well, we
And that's what to do, how to do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to do something.
Yeah.
It's only, like Bob says, the water, when, for some reason, it blows in this side. Now, back here, we didn't have nothing, no problem at all.
Yeah.
But we got trees out back here to break the wind and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing we have out there though is we've got trees right on the roof,
Yeah, yeah.
and we should not have that.
Right, yeah, right.
Do you guys have money set aside for an account for things like this?
We do have money in an account.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
We haven't identified a specific project. But,
All right, 79 Kitchen Brook Road. We got some bad actors over there, huh? Oh, at least one, anyway. Whole rap sheet.
Wes, can you give us a report what's happening?
What?
79 Pigeon Brook Road.
I had a phone call about a week ago. He called you, Marion called you?
Yeah.
So, how was the conversation?
Well, he's not happy.
So, he complained about the people there. I said, we have a land use ordinance. With the land, we can do something like RVs or trash people we have no authority about.
Right.
They have 2 adult children, I don't know if they're living there, but at the garage, David, his last name, anyhow, he usually has 6 friends there. If 2 of the adult friends from the family that's in question leave, there's still 4 hanging around there. We can't do anything about it. I tried to tell him that, he didn't swallow it. He was not a nice conversation after 15 minutes, so I said, we aren't getting anywhere, and I gotta terminate this conversation, and that was that.
Yeah, because your job is, that's not your job.
Land use.
Land use.
Not people, personalities, and crime.
Right.
Is there a land use issue? Is there a land use issue?
It's not right now, they're in an RV, they've been there about 4.5, 5 months, maybe going on 6, they've got 7 months. They told me they have a place lined up, to move to. I have to visit them and find out exactly, I went looking, I couldn't find it, I have to find out exactly what it is, what the situation is, so it's unsettled. There's a lot of ifs and nothing positive.
Well, I don't know, but we're responsible for finding the
Yeah.
next lighting location, but, so, you have a clock ticking on them?
Yes.
Okay.
However, the real, the humanitarian situation is if we request them to leave and they don't leave, then it's gonna have to be a court action.
Right.
And then they leave, they're in the same situation somewhere else. So it would be nice for sometimes to have them leave with something resolved, and they have a place to go that's secure.
Well, I don't know that we can do that, but,
I'll have to get a little more aggressive to find out what's going on. So
these
see if I can make
individuals
something work.
are,
Right.
have some interesting rap sheets. They have some interesting rap sheets, and,
I've heard about it, I don't know what it is, and, but it's personality, so, okay?
and, well,
One of those arrested officers is the one I talked to down in Sanford Beach. He said his name on that profile.
and we have the neighbors, I think on the other side, are officers from, maybe Freiburg, or Conway? And they have mentioned it as well a number of times. And then I think there's incidents on here that are not on here that we're aware of.
There's a lot of stuff on there. We don't know about.
Well, I think there's other things that are not on here that we know about.
Yeah.
So this is not a good situation, but I understand that you're not a police officer. You enforce codes.
Bad enough to see you gotta turn pages.
It's on the other side. It isn't just on one side.
Yeah.
It's pretty full.
Oh, there's one, New Hampshire, from,
Well,
Freedom.
I don't know if I read these correctly, but that to me
Is
looks
that
like
even
that
same guy, is it?
moved along several times.
Yeah.
In the whole,
One guy
Yeah.
is different than the other guy.
Oh, that was their brothers, I said.
Can't tell you.
There's one that's,
and, you can keep that if you like, I don't know. So what is the beginning date on the clock? When does the clock start ticking?
They got there about February.
About February, so we can use February first, that's your. We need a date, Wes, because we need something that says as of date Y, if they're still there, we start a process.
Yep.
And we need to do that because we need to protect, with the tools that we have, the people in town.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you can't, yeah, because you can't just say about this date, you.
I'll nail it down a little more. Okay, the one name on here that is one of their sons. I recognize the name, but if they move out, I'm suspicious that the situation's not gonna clear up because there's 4 or 5 others that hang around there too. But that's,
Well,
yet to be seen.
what we can address is the,
Yep.
people living in the RV.
Yeah.
And hopefully if the RV goes away, the problem goes away. There's no guarantee, but,
That's right.
okay. I mean, the local, police force are very aware of what the issues are, so we'll do our part and you do theirs, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, about 1 September or 1 August? Put it on my calendar, we'll check back on
Alright, review hearing. The special town meeting ad. You seen that?
I just typed that up quick before the meeting, 'cause I have to get that on Monday, if you guys see anything that, I didn't list articles 1 or 4 because it's just opening the meeting and adjourning, so,
Okay.
I don't know if you wanna post differently or not.
This is for the public hearing.
Just for the hearing
Yeah.
to discuss the items.
Yeah.
That looks all very familiar. I think it's pretty good.
Right. You got it.
So is that good for publishing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Review and sign planning board appointment.
What about the warrant for special town meeting, I'm sorry?
The warrant.
Yep.
Do I have that? Oh, you got it?
I got one.
Oh, yeah.
We should have,
Yeah.
we should have one.
You've got one there.
It's what Bob emailed.
Oh, yeah, oh, that we.
It was just the
last week,
articles
yeah.
and I put it in the, warrant form.
Do we sign this now?
You can if it's what you guys, what you
That's
want
what
to
we
read.
want, it's, open the meeting with a moderator, hold a vote on Article 1 and Article 2 and 3, which we just agreed to,
Yeah,
and then adjourn.
right. That's good.
Danielle, we've got the hearing.
That's the hearing ad.
Yeah.
And we need an ad though for the, town meeting as well.
That's how we write it, we post the warrant, I believe.
Oh, you have it through postal.
We just put, the warrant in the shopper's guide.
Okay.
Do you want it to look differently? Like an ad form, do you want it to look
No,
different?
I just wanna make sure that we cover the basics, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And so the date of the hearing is
27th?
27th of July, and the special town meeting is
August. And then
August 17th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Let's see. Now, review and sign planning board appointment, this is for Matt Sanborn. For your motion that we reappoint.
You already sign his papers.
Okay. Thought we did it for David.
Did,
Yeah.
but it hasn't been done.
Yeah, last time we wasn't sure.
Right there, just the bed is,
Yeah. American Rescue Plan Act priorities and assessment.
Can we, I think the River Road property,
Yeah.
that's listed before 79 Timbrook, where you,
Oh, I skipped over it?
Yep.
Checked it off.
what direction are you guys going
This one.
Sell it.
The
Oh,
same
yeah,
process,
same.
same type ad?
Yeah.
Again, it's like the Hazel Ward lots, we need to decide on what our strategy is for bidding it or advertising it. And maybe we can do that at a
Workshop?
workshop.
What information do you need that would be helpful to determine the minimum bid?
I think we've already looked at the lot. The size of the lot is just at 30 acres or just under it. Although we talked about this at the workshop, I think there's some discrepancies between a couple of the maps and the tax commitment. So it looks pretty close to be about 29 or 30 acres, more or less. It's landlocked. There is a road access to it over somebody else's land. Planning board members pointed out that that right-of-way is not wide enough to be counted as road frontage.
Right.
And then there's the other complication that's on the other side of the railroad track, so there might also be some railroad right-of-way or state right-of-way.
Is there a cost on that?
I don't recall that there was, when we looked at it, but it's been used for logging at some point, they went back and forth across it.
I tried researching that. I don't even know where to start. I don't get harvest notifications anymore.
You don't get,
The harvest notifications, like you said, to
Oh, yeah,
research
right.
when it got logged, and
who logged it,
I don't know, is there like a database on stuff like that somewhere?
I think maybe the state did it, but maybe not.
I checked the state, but. Okay.
I'm not sure that we're just an interest, I guess. It's, because town has owned it for, what, 5 or 6 years?
Anyways, if not more.
Yeah. And so,
It's time to do something.
anyway.
Yeah.
And then we have what the assessor assess the value at, but that's pretty much just a standard amount per acre, I think. We get into the same issues that we have with the other one, so.
So you won't be here at the workshop, is that correct?
That's correct, I won't.
Okay.
We can wait a week.
Yeah.
We waited 3
We
years.
waited
Once a week.
I'm just gonna say, wait a minute. All right. American Rescue Plan Act Priorities Assessment.
We all received this email from, MMA about their survey that they wanna do about,
Want to move the TV a little closer?
I'm not really good with these track pads.
We can,
But I didn't wanna take the survey when it was the three of us, we just, I guess, kind of do it together, but
So there you go.
it has to do with the type of activities that are eligible for American, the Rescue Plan Act, funds. And they're not guaranteeing that everything that is there is actually going to be authorized, I think, so. So let's just step through it, I guess, and talk about it one step at a time.
do you want a mouse?
Yeah, if you have one.
No, it goes tab too.
I read in the MMA book that they sent us, did you read that article about this?
No.
It's about 4 pages long, you gotta read it 3 times to try to.
Oh, yeah, take all, yeah.
What is your role within the jurisdiction?
Mother Superior.
Are you an elected official? No. Name of the municipality. And that is. Population. We are in the second group, aren't we, Tim?
Yep. About 1550.
Yeah.
1525.
15.5, really?
Counting.
And a half.
The other day I was looking at stuff, we're almost the same size as Greenville, population wise.
I would've thought Greenville was bigger.
I mean, so did I, Joe.
Yeah.
But I looked at that, and then I looked at that mill rate. The mill rate's $17.
Wow.
They've
got more taxable property.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And they're rejuvenating a lot of stuff up there right now.
I haven't been up there in a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is your municipality already identified how obligated? No. Rank in order of importance your municipality's high-level priority of being one of the most important, so being least.
We're gonna vote. Show of hands.
Infrastructure, transportation and utilities, broadband, business support, climate change, government services. Of course, we don't really identify what it might be, but, I would say our business is government services, right? Fire department, road, human services, do we, or are we housing and childcare, but, I would say maybe transportation, utilities,
Yeah.
infrastructure too,
Yeah.
kind of broad. Suggestions on number 3?
It has in healthcare and health response.
Healthcare, public health response. I guess, you know, we do, ambulance service, whatnot. Business support. But we don't do anything specifically, it's not to hinder them too much.
No.
Oops. Didn't reset everything. Damn it. Oh, I see. This is how, what we've identified so far.
Yeah, got it.
And then, for number 5, I would go with this one. Number 5. And this would be number 6. And number 7.
Mm-hmm.
So agreeable?
Which would be,
These are very rough. And most of this we don't have a direct impact on, but
mm-hmm.
among broad range clarity, to what extent is the community interested in the following? Physical network build-out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Planning or consulting costs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to wonder, you know, the discussion is how, if we were gonna do something about broadband,
Yeah.
how would we do it?
Right.
And I think, Sebago has been doing some studies and are looking at alternatives. Did you say they just put power up and doing some broadband or some kind of internet access via, radio wave? I would say moderately interested in that. Speed testing or mapping. Oh, that's,
They're doing all that in Sebago.
that's kind of what we're doing with our survey, but I'll say moderately interested. Subscription rate assistance.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's, it's gonna be one of the hot topics, I think.
Yeah.
Is, I mean, if you gave it to people at a low cost, most everybody would sign up and get on board. Installation in government buildings. We've already got it here, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, we do already have it, you know.
I'd say moderate interest
Yeah.
in it, but we're not looking to really do a lot of increase in government buildings. Expanding education and student learning capacity, that's one of the main issues.
That's a big thing right
Yeah.
now.
Expanding telehealth capacity, yes.
Yeah.
And public Wi-Fi expansion. What the heck is this all? It's like, some municipalities have free Wi-Fi
Yeah.
in the center of the town or something.
Then we wouldn't have people packing out the library and getting this.
Well, it's not that many.
Not that many.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I have a lot of interest in public Wi-Fi, but because it would be so hard to implement.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a central place. And
We wanna make sure it's secure too.
that's,
Yeah.
I don't know about it there.
Yeah.
Okay. Among Among government service priorities, to what extent is your community interested in the following? Filling budget shortfalls. There it is.
Yeah.
Municipal workforce development. Moderate?
Yeah.
And it was relatively small. Rehire staff and build public sector capacity. We don't have a big issue here.
Right.
I think that, you know, when they were passing this legislation, there was the idea that a lot of public services were laid off. Short-term property tax relief. Medium, low?
High.
Put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Right there. Regional ENS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aye.
Yeah.
Expanding online services. I don't know what that is. We have a lot of online services, but there's not a lot more that we could do, is there? People pay their taxes and then log on and look at their taxes.
You'll request for vision, a rollout on vision publicly.
That's right. We should have that. I'm gonna say, you know what vision is?
No.
It's a assessing tool, but it ties in with the GIS mapping, and it allows you to go in and see all the details of your property record.
Oh, cool. Or your property records.
Mine or yours.
I could look at yours.
I don't care.
Anybody can access it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's public record.
If you came in,
And you can see a lot of them there. I think Cornish uses Vision, but a lot of towns do it, and, you can either look up by person or by address or whatever. Government building improvements for construction.
It's a high priority.
Spend money.
yeah.
Question is, what are we gonna build? Modernizing licensing and permitting processes with state agencies. I don't know if that's such a big issue, is it? Municipal utilities, we don't have any. Road construction or repair. Yes.
Other, you need to elaborate on that one.
Among infrastructure priorities, to what extent is your community interested in the following? Drinking water infrastructure. Not really.
No. Dams.
Bridges and dams, construction, repair,
Low interest.
low interest.
Yeah, 'cause
We have just the one, I think, which is a concern.
yeah.
Clean energy and energy efficiency plans. Okay.
You actually have two dams.
Huh?
You actually have two dams.
Two?
The other one's over here,
Yeah.
the little one.
Yeah.
Where are the two? I know the Sanborn one.
Yeah, there's Iron Falls.
Yeah. And the bridges, would culverts considered bridges?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
Mm.
We got,
It's funny, because I don't think of the Hiram Dam as one that would be a big issue, but maybe clean energy and energy efficiency. Grants. You know, when I look at these, I'm thinking, is this something that we want to do? We, the town, want to do clean energy and energy efficient grants?
They're forced into some of that stuff now.
Are we?
Well, with tier 4 compliant engines and stuff, for fuel efficiency and emissions.
Yeah.
So anything we buy is going to be at least tier 4 now.
Right. But, clean energy and energy efficient grants, but how as we as a town would we use funds to impact any of that?
The only thing you do if you get a rebate, you know, when you buy something that's energy efficient.
Okay.
I think we went solar on the building or something like that.
You know,
That could be, yeah.
you freeze them.
So, I don't know, if we got a grant, the town got a grant,
Yeah.
the question is, are we gonna issue grants? I don't know, they don't really clarify.
Pretty
No, it is,
Very
good.
Clean energy infrastructure, yep, okay, we're getting all kinds of that.
That was culvert and storm.
Storage and stormwater infrastructure, very interesting.
Yeah.
If we could just go around and fix all of these for the next 20 years, that's a good.
Vehicle charging infrastructure. We don't have that many right now.
It isn't gonna work in a rural environment.
Right.
You know, when you only got 300 miles that you can go on per charge, then some of these new vehicles taking 8 hours to charge, you know?
Yeah, but that's 10 trips to, 5 trips to Portland and back.
Well, it will take you 5 days to do it.
I don't think that, I don't know, I don't see us building charging stations.
No, I don't either. You know,
But that doesn't mean an electric vehicle is not viable. You have one at your house, you put in the charging station,
Right, yeah.
so.
That's what we did, and Jennifer had hers.
Infrastructure resiliency, adaptation improvements. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with that. Multimodal or public transportation grants.
Yeah. Good low water.
Among climate change mitigation priorities, to what extent is your community interested in the following? Equity considerations for most vulnerable populations.
Yeah, I think moderate to high.
Well, I mean, we get the oldest population in the country.
Yeah.
I've looked at it.
Yeah.
You wanna go high on that?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you, equity considerations?
Equity is the problem, that's the buzzword, it doesn't mean.
I know, but planning or expert consultation, yeah, we don't like experts. Damn engineers,
No.
just rub it up in a chart. Anybody can do it.
Even a lawyer could do it and come up with only one answer? Oh, I don't know about that.
Recycling programs.
You'll be up to Tri-Town.
Well, it'd be nice to have recycling
Yeah,
options, I mean, you
yeah.
know, they're getting less and less,
I agree.
Yeah.
gotta do something. Cost us all outdoors for the garbage to be thrown out.
I don't know. We've got that new law that's coming in. I don't know how that's gonna work.
They're gonna charge you.
But I'll cross this one off your list.
We have to go up.
Don't restart, your mind's
They're
blown.
gonna be very efficient for us.
Jeez.
Sea level rise
Work.
preparation.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think that's low.
Sea level rise. I like that thing.
Air quality studies. Well, maybe we got air quality problems in there.
Yeah, it's important.
I think this building should have an air quality.
I know it
The
should.
asbestos
When
underneath
I
the ground.
taught down there in that 5th grade room, that carpet, I caulked for 5 years till they finally changed the carpet, and then all of a sudden it went away.
Clean or renewable
Yeah,
energy
we
generation.
had a problem at one time with formaldehyde in the.
We're covering that, aren't we, Bob?
I'm thinking as a town, if they could get money to put some solar panels on the roof here.
Yeah. Create a green space. We have a lot of green space in
We
there.
get the great spaces.
I think that would be low.
Medium, small, way down there. That look good?
Yeah, I think low, yeah.
Electrification of municipal vehicle fleet. I don't know, it might come, but.
That ain't gonna happen.
trucks?
Yeah. You know, man's got an electric truck out there. You know, a Class 8 vehicle, yeah, all of it.
You don't wanna touch something like that for 10 years.
Oh, no, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Let them prove it before they get it on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
This looks like a repeat infrastructure resiliency adaptation.
yeah.
Well, it might be, that you fix up your roads and culverts and whatnot so that, a big storm's not gonna wash things out.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
being prepared for what's coming. If you're
Yeah.
on the coast, you'll put in barriers or something to,
Uh,
keep from being washed away.
Yeah.
Investment or fundraising activities.
That's high on Kathy's list.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Not so much for the town as a bake sale, I don't know what to do with that.
Promoting redevelopment. Well,
I
that's
think we're pretty good already.
medium or low.
Yeah.
Redevelopment generally means you got a problem in town and you want it cleaned up or something.
Yeah.
Like older buildings and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Public transportation or ride sharing programs.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would love to have some sort
There
of
is.
transportation.
The elderly.
Right.
We'll go high on that one.
Okay. I mean, I tried to get the RIPTA bus to come and stop here at the town office, and they said, oh, there's not enough interest.
That, yeah, I think that's like 5 years ago, Ron. I think that's a long time, I thought we evaluated it, you know. Yeah.
It's getting them from their house to here. You know, this isn't like within walking distance for very many houses.
Right, yeah.
Certainly for nobody in their eighties.
Right.
Among human service priorities, to what extent is the community interested in the following? Aid to households.
That's in all the time, right?
Moderate interest.
Yeah.
Development, renovation of affordable housing.
We don't have that much affordable housing.
We don't have anything that's identified specifically affordable housing. I don't know. You know, there are programs, but they've been highly criticized, that, lend money to individuals to improve their house, put solar panels on it.
Oh, wow.
And then the lien gets, tax lien gets based on the property.
Oh.
It's paid off.
Joy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there are some programs out there that have been touted by even our government, and, but I don't like the sound of it.
Well, they gotta be paid by somebody.
That's right.
Huh.
They might look good on one thing, and one hand is just
Yeah.
taking the pile of stuff and putting the other hand.
That's the way I look at these reverse mortgages.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand those, you know. They're paying you to live there and what they want in return.
They want your house.
Yeah, right.
Development, renovation of senior housing.
But, yeah.
We don't have anything that's
all we got in town is
but-
senior housing.
Yeah, but I thought that would be like, public, like, that,
Right, yeah, we're not in
I
a
mean,
city setting.
yeah.
But there's development as well, could we put in the senior housing units somewhere, I don't know. Workforce housing, I don't think there's much of that.
No.
Benefit of families, families of COVID victims. Really, nobody's telling us if they're a victim, as far as I know.
I don't know anybody, you know.
Well,
Not around here.
What's Paul Hawkins? You know, up on One Hill, he just was out of work 4 months with it.
Oh, really?
But you don't talk about it, it's kind of on the down low.
Yeah. Hopefully, in the thing of the past.
Help underserved populations with basic needs. Employment. Well, I think, yeah. But what is that? Home modernization and efficiency programs and resources.
There's more of that around than what we think.
In here in town?
Yeah.
Some people and some.
Cornish has got quite a lot.
What's that?
I say Cornish has got quite a lot of that.
Yeah, I don't know about homelessness per se, but there's some people that are pretty bad off houses. Payroll and covered benefits for frontline workers. Yeah, I would say, yeah, that would be firefighters,
Yeah.
emergency responders.
Danielle, is a
Yeah.
frontline worker,
Yeah, sure.
customer facing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Teachers,
Premium paid to essential workers. No, we don't wanna give her support for unemployed workers. Let's stay low on that one. I think there's a job out there right now.
Yeah,
What about everybody?
yeah.
It might not be the ideal job. Child assistance, childcare assistance, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Among business support priorities tonight,
27.
Yeah.
is this ever gone?
No, did you see the ticker?
It's sort, yeah.
Every time you go through a series of those, it goes up one.
Yeah, it's 14 to 27, you still got.
You're halfway through.
It just went up from 13
Yeah,
to
halfway
14.
through.
Among business support priorities, what is the following? Maybe we wanna go through all of these? Or do we wanna? Or maybe if there's any other business, we can discuss that and talk this later. We could go on for a while.
Can you put it on hold though? I mean, a lot of those times you'll lose everything. if you-
I just let it sit there for a while.
Yeah, that stayed on when I left at 4, so I think it'll stay right on.
Wanna see if there's any other business?
We only got one more thing, is about the septic tank.
I was talking with Randy today, and he was telling me about how much toilet paper he's going through. So we're like, what's the septic tank then, pump? And he said there's 2 septics, one here and one here. Do we recall when that's last been done?
I have no idea.
I've been
I would
here
think he would
He was
know.
telling me
8
the old
years.
one, the old side has been done before the new side.
He said the school would do one year and then the other year. But since the school is closed, do we wanna check it?
Well, I think we should.
Yeah, we ought to check with Brent or something and
Yeah.
see, he might have a record of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's the only one, that's the only business in town now. Cause Guppy's done.
Oh,
Guppy's done?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said Gupsel would go to and one time he wasn't available, and then Anderson did it when he wasn't available, but.
Yeah.
So that's-
One is easy to get to, the other one's a real bugger, I guess.
Randy knows where the other one is on the side, and
That's the one that's
he's
on.
gonna spray it and tag it or something, so
You can find it.
anyone can find it, so.
Usually charge you extra, they have to dig for it. Yeah.
Well, it's down about 4 feet.
4 feet?
Wow. So,
Yeah.
so they tell me.
We have to get Brian to dig it out, back out.
Is that for safety to put it down so deep?
What's that?
For safety?
I don't know why they did that. Usually when they do something like that, they put a riser on and a cover on the top.
Sure.
Yeah.
So all you can do is pull the cover off, and they've never done that here. I don't know why.
You wouldn't think it'd be too bad though, because the amount of kids that was in here, running every day, and now it's just, a few people in here.
You have to go more years before you need
I
it.
would think so, but it doesn't hurt to check it and see where you are, and then that gives us something to go by next 4 or 5 years.
Or something really happens, it gets
Right.
backed up or something.
We do ours at home every election year.
That's a good idea.
The reason why we use
Right. Yeah, check with Brian, see if he's got anything on it.
Will do.
Alright, Just remind us, Dwight will be doing jury duty
Tomorrow,
tomorrow?
tomorrow I'll be in there.
Oh, good for you. Bob will be out July 16th to Tuesday, July 20th. Daniel will be on vacation next week. I guess you can.
Thank you.
Thursday, July 15th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Cumberland County EMA workshop in the gym. Okay, and San Juan meeting next Monday, July 6th, July 26th at 6:30 p.m.
And your public hearing the next day.
The public hearing is next day, yeah. Got anything, Bruce?
Not really. I'm gonna say I did talk to Steve Willis today.
You did?
And he's got a couple people in mind, and I put Bob on with a response. So whatever Steve does send to us, he should get it and I should get it.
Okay.
So that started. The other thing I did do just, today also was put, Robinson Lumber on Leamington Lumber's card. Because I see in the shopper's guide last week that they started calling it Robbins Lumber Company. So I called them and they're just gonna run identical cards under the both names.
Both names.
And like I told her, probably 10 years from now, they'll still be calling it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So those are the only thing that's changed since last week.
Okay.
With the fire department.
Okay, Mary, you
No.
how's that?
Okay.
Kathy?
Two things, one small and one a little more consideration. Why are there two pillows in the wall next to a fan in the front of the building? They've been there for like 2 weeks.
I need to get info on that. I talked to Randy about that. She has nothing to cover the window. She has an air conditioner that has a pipe going out the window, and there's a small, whatever, that holds just the pipe.
Right,
She's missing this part.
right,
So we're gonna build something
okay,
for that side.
you're on it.
And, yep, the pillows need to come down.
Oh.
She's using pillows and, yeah,
I know, I'm thinking
Fill it
rain,
in,
Yeah,
Raised
cardboard or
trees.
anything.
something,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll address it
But
tomorrow.
then
She's got like cardboard right on the floor like.
And also it needs to be taken out at night and shut and locked,
Yeah.
right,
so.
And the other is that Consolidated about 2 weeks ago started running fiber optics into the library. And yesterday, or day before yesterday, we got a little email saying that they'd like $100 to make us actually hooked up so that we can use the Main State Library. I didn't ask them to put the fiber optics in, nobody I know did either. But our IT guy, when I told him about it, came over and he hooked up the equipment, he says that's what they're doing around. Now they want $100. What's going on? Does anybody have any ideas?
I have no idea, no.
Okay,
No, really?
Is that a one-shot deal or annually?
I think it's an annual, but I'm not positive, because I haven't seen all the, information on the sheet yet.
That's,
So who do you currently get your broadband service from?
We had Spectrum.
no way.
Do you still have it?
I don't think so.
So who disconnected them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, somebody that, yeah.
And they said it was a town-wide thing that they were doing.
All the libraries in town?
Yeah, it's just, they're running the cables all the way through, because this is how they're gonna run the high-speed internet stuff.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if there's a state program that.
That's what he was implying, that there's state money behind it.
You know, the internet though is kind of an amorphous thing, and so.
Right.
I don't think you have to receive it through one carrier or the other.
No.
Don't you have to sign an agreement and like pay the bill and all that good stuff?
Well,
You can't just say, here's your internet.
Right.
No.
Yeah, you have
If it was
to,
$100,
We're not doing anything here.
you're not, okay.
no.
Until they disconnect us and do the same thing and
Right.
stop and be happy.
Yeah.
Watch for these guys out by
Can
the
I call
pole.
Consolidated tomorrow and find out?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, Kathy said it might do it here and,
Well, this is gonna screw up our survey data. People are gonna put in the surveys and be like, hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Consolidated just hooked us up with this other plan, and so that's not good.
Don't know. Can't
That's
say.
weird.
yeah,
That's
it
very
is.
weird.
Yeah, that's
When
gonna be
did
a
this
tough
happen,
thing.
Kathy?
Yeah.
The email came in 2 days ago, and, internet stuff got transferred about a week or so ago.
Can you
Maybe
forward
two
me
now.
the email?
Yeah,
Please?
yeah, I'll get you some dates.
I don't think they're going around and hooking up everybody to, high-speed, fiber optic.
I don't know, ask Auntie Janet, I don't know.
I put a lot of work into those surveys, I hope.
I know, I hate to
That's
see that
going
go.
on.
Well, you don't know, you got two carriers, you don't know which one's gonna end up with it,
Right,
you know?
right, so I gotta chase this down, I thought I'd start with you guys to see if, was this a town-wide policy, was there some sort of contract that got done, or, I don't know, so you guys know nothing about it, so we'll just carry on from there, figure it out. The other is that the library is moving forward, the librarian is working out very well, there's a camp read-a-lot for kids that she's running with some prizes, and she's got 12 kids signed up already. Awesome, really good job.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a board meeting, next Monday night, introduce each other to the board, to the librarian, and discuss what we're doing for the, book sale in August. So we're moving forward on that. And we're slowly opening up the library to more people,
Mm-hmm.
so, working on it.
Good.
That's better. Thanks.
Wes, you got anything?
Nothing to it.
Good. Joe?
Oh,
All set?
yep, thank you for making copies on this.
Oh, yeah.
Really appreciate it. That made the whole trip here tonight worth it.
Yeah. Good idea that you know about it.
Really.
Chad?
What's the chances of getting some signs for folks parking their trailers? So they,
After they put the boat in and
Yeah.
packing.
yeah, they're still parking in the beach parking.
So what's it, they taking up room?
Yeah,
on the beach?
what I'm doing is leaving the beach parking for the beach people.
For the beach people?
And the boats, I'm trying to keep them on the side of the woods there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And, I kept on calling them parking side, but they're trying to get back in the parking lot, parking.
Yeah,
So we have to do something different there, so they'll know where to put their trailers and everything.
yeah. You'd rather have them on the side of the road? and
Yeah.
On the,
Yeah.
maybe up the road a little bit, past the beach,
Yeah.
on the opposite side of the road though.
Have them all
So on the parking lot side, on the,
on the wood side.
yeah.
I gotta be careful, because I was in there today, and Ricky Day came through with his truck. I mean, then you gotta be careful, you don't get, cut him off a little like that.
Yeah. Just, yeah, make sure there's
It's gotta be room enough.
room enough for trucks to go by, yeah. How many do you usually have down there?
Oh, between boats and jet skis, I usually have two jet skis. Sometimes 4 or 5 boats.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll put trailers in it over the hill.
Yeah. Huh.
There was one in there this morning about 11:15, raining like the devil, and somebody was up there, and left the trailer on there.
Good time to go fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll discuss it at the San Juan meeting next Monday.
I'll come to that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you straighten out the buoys, or did somebody else do it?
Somebody else did that.
I mean, I looked this morning, it was nice and square and
Yeah,
straight.
yeah.
I was in there 3 or 4 days ago, and they was kinda crooked.
I've been trying to, keep them straightened out.
Yeah, I've done it once.
I've done it quite a few times.
Are they moving the big anchors?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Must be a game for them, to see how far they can move it.
You know
Until
how,
they drop it on their foot. Yeah, the two of us to move them out there.
Is there any chances also on those buoys, the side ones,
Yeah,
somehow can you anchor them so that the sides don't move?
yeah, we had it last year.
we wanted to do that, and then we got outvoted. Last year, we had, weights in the middle of them, too.
Yeah,
You know, so,
I think the blocks are still down there, I think.
there's one. There's one right by the end of the beach on the right-hand side.
On the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to that other block for the other side, you
I
know?
think they're out here, beside the building out back here.
Well, if you wanted, you could, grab one of the cement blocks out here and grab some rope. You could do it. You don't have to ask us. You got nothing to ask. Yeah, if you need to do it, go ahead. Anything else? How's, is it people being paid down there? I know the last few days it's been terrible and.
I had one of the elders, they called me and asked me, does, I don't know if it was her son wanted a sticker. He said, can you give me on my sticker? I said, no. I said, you gotta go to town office your sticker.
Right.
So I've also bought, I'm still booting them out, no stickers.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be, yeah.
And you still get a lot of Massachusetts, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Those you asked to leave.
Yeah.
Good, good. No, I've heard that Heather was kind of interested in, did you hear anything about Heather being interested?
Yeah.
She hasn't submitted it yet.
She hasn't submitted it yet? Okay. Someone will be a little boy, she gets mixed up from.
Yeah, I'll ask that tomorrow, she was talking with Deborah about it.
Oh, okay.
The problems are small compared to some of the other towns right now, as far as their beach goes.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, though. Long Pond, they're having a lot of trouble over there.
Another dog.
Wow, there is.
Yeah, that's, there's a black and white one that just took
Yeah,
off
I know.
into the woods. I tried calling it and it just took right off that way.
He'll get back in the car, Charlie.
On this on the beach over there.
Anything else, Chad? What can we do for you tonight?
Well, I'm kinda hard of hearing.
Okay.
Maybe you could speak a little louder.
Okay, yeah?
I'm interested in the tax acquired property. Now, did you make an award? Or how does it work?
We awarded one.
Yeah.
And which one is that?
One.
Sand Pond.
Dan Pond,
And how many bidders were there?
four.
And what was the high bid?
$11,775.
You're right, property is going up.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's quite a jump. When I first came here in 1968, I bought a piece of property on Sand Pond for $3,000. Now, of course, we're going back 50-some odd years. Now I'm paying them $4,000 for the same hey, but land was $50 an acre at the time.
Yeah.
You people see a lot of changes, and there'll be a lot more coming.
Particularly around the waterfront.
Yeah.
Well, they don't make,
There's
God only made so much,
Exactly right. Yeah.
and, but they said that 30 years ago. I think probably what you'll see is cottage or something taken down and building a bigger one, you know.
Or they'll buy two lots like they do over Sebago and turn it into one.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there's another,
there's a lot of that going on now.
yeah. Well, I wanna say you boys do a good job. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. We don't hear that too often.
Yes, you
I
do,
only
you
say
do
that
it.
now, but once I get outside the door, it's a different story. Oh, you do a great job.
Thank you.
Italian,
You did?
next door neighbor,
Oh.
sorry.
Good. Anything else you got?
Well, I was one of the bidders, but the low bidder.
Oh,
So, why don't you, can I get withdraw my, it's in a
Yeah.
manila
oh,
envelope,
the Manila one, yeah?
okay? I was gonna leave the check for a tip, but you guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Well, that's, all I have. We're gonna continue on with this and.
I have a thing,
What?
you always forget me. I just wanted to ask, I guess, I listen every Tuesday when I come here to work, I listen to the Parsons Field Selectmen Meeting, because they have it on Facebook Live. That's the only way I know what they're doing and what's going on, because they have that ability. And I'm wondering, I looked on my phone and there was 8 other people on listening. Can we do that here?
Have a live?
What they do is they start a Facebook Live, they have the agenda in front, so all people see is the agenda, and they can hear the whole meeting, what's being said and what's going on. It's just extremely convenient, and I didn't know if that's something that you wanted to offer, and we could do that very easily for people.
I'm looking for it, once it don't cost too much.
Doesn't cost us anything,
Don't cost much.
because we have a Facebook page,
Yeah,
and anyone who has a Facebook page can do a live.
so people have, more people can have access. If they come, after they come, I mean.
They can comment, they can interrupt, or they can write questions if they
Yeah.
want, but no one's really gonna watch it. But it's just,
Nice to meet you.
it's just one
Take
more
care.
way of having them listen what's going on.
Okay. No, I'm fine. See you later.
We're already recording it.
Yeah, all right, might as well go live with it, yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Alright, next meeting we'll do that. See how it goes.
Okay.
Thanks.